901.
Stop.
901-151 statute. You know what that means? Read it, sir.
Stop.
Holy Schmidt, or should I say Holy Deputy Schmidt. That is Nassau County's Deputy Schmidt. And this is James Madison Audits. An auditor, I looked at his channel, I saw a brief overview of that video, and I reached out to him and I said, you know what, buddy? Let me do you a solid. I like your work, and I'm going to make a video on your work. San Joaquin Valley did it for me. A couple other people did it for me. So I'm going to pass it back. Plus, I like constitutional law. I like law altogether. It's me, Reagan F. Peabody from Disorderly Product News. You cannot get me confused with Disorderly, as I am the man with the voice, right? Disorderly's vocal cords were not made out of the strings of an angel's harp, like mine were. Golden voice. Anyways, this is James Madison Audits. A founding father, James Madison, is known as the father of the Constitution because he was the first man to recognize that we needed amendments to the Constitution. So the Constitution was signed in 1787, and he decided that we needed a Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights are the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. Even though he felt that the Constitution itself was ironclad, he thought, you know what, we need a Bill of Rights. We need to etch it in stone, which he was right? Because the Second Amendment is the most straightforward amendment we have. They made it very easy to decipher, and they tried to make it so you couldn't twist it, so you couldn't make a right a privilege, but they still have. So, you see where that's going. I myself am a Thomas Jefferson fan. I know that sounds weird, but I've always been good at law. I've always understood it. People do what they're good at, you know. If you can't ice skate, you're not playing hockey every day. People tend to do what they're good at. Anyways, let's look at some of James Madison quotes, because some of the quotes of the forefathers, even though they were written 220, 230, 240 years ago, they still have the same impact. So, one of James Madison quotes was, "The means of defense against foreign danger have been always the instruments of tyranny at home." The means of defense against foreign danger have been always the instruments of tyranny at home. Now go down in the comments section and write what you think that means, and we'll have a discussion about that. Whichever one these you like. The advancement and diffusion of knowledge is the only guardian of true liberty. This is one of my favorite ones right here. There are more instances of the abridgments of the freedom of the people by gradual and silent encroachments of those in power than by violent and sudden usurpation. And usurpation just means taking power or property by force. This is the last one, then we'll get into the video. I'm kind of a nerd for these. The truth is that all men having power ought to be mistrusted. The truth is that all men having power ought to be mistrusted. We know now through psychology that power corrupts. Absolute power absolutely corrupts. So James Madison was onto something. When you read some of these quotes from 239, 249, 259 years ago, the Constitution was signed 229 years ago and then amended, I believe, 2 years later. So we're talking about centuries old, and they're still hitting the nail on the head. So what did they know that some of us haven't figured out yet? It's history repeats itself. A human being is a human being is a human being. But anyways, let's get into this video. And this is pretty much the first time I've watched it all the way through because I wanted my expressions, my opinions to be exact, to be not thought out. So this is James Madison Audits. Go by there, subscribe to James Madison Audits. Tell them DPN sent you, Disorderly Product News.
What's going on, guys? James Madison Audits here, Nassau County Sheriff's Office. I just finished up. If you haven't seen that video, we got one of the captains over there decided to interrupt me. I hate when they interrupt me, like right in there. Oh, look at that. We got a Punisher thin blue line sticker. And You know what that means? It means I want to kill you with my thin blue line. Unfortunately, I think that's what the Punisher thinks. If it doesn't, leave in the comments, let me know. We got another person over there in that section.
My next door neighbor, when I was growing up, well, actually, I was adult for a little bit. My next door neighbor in Chicago, he was actually in the armed forces. He was in one of the I think he was in the Green Berets. He was on one of the special forces. And when they went into like Sadr City in Iraq, they would spray paint the Punisher symbol on buildings and stuff to let them know they were there. And they had done it in other cities. So the word got around that the guys that paint the faces are here. Now, it had nothing to do with a thin blue line, and I don't know that that's even a Punisher symbol. But the actual Punisher symbol, can you imagine being part of the Al-Qaeda and be like, oh my God, the guys from Baghdad are here, the one that wiped out everybody. The symbols are all around. They got to be coming anytime. Like just a fear. That's amazing. And he's a Chicago cop, actually. He's a good guy. He's my neighbor and all around badass.
Those guys over there. 3 of them out there. So many of them over there out sitting and watching this way. Like 4 of them, yeah.
Was just a receptionist there.
Was there?
Yeah. Just want to see if we can free.
Who's going to get a complaint for?
Are these on the wall free? Oh, perfect.
See if they have a complaint form over here.
Human resources, I would assume.
I mean, one might. Do you have officer complaint forms here, or is it just over
Right
there?
there.
Right here?
Just seeing if the brochures
And
on the wall
you'll see
were
an
free.
envelope.
That's it.
Are they on a form?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get you.
All right, thank you. Is the sheriff available at all? He's always in a meeting. Don't say it.
You just need to check with information. I think they'll be able to contact his office down there.
All right, thank you.
He's talking to somebody else over there.
Oh, HR?
Yeah.
I just have to find one and print one off. We must be completely out.
Do you see me do the shirt pull and turn?
Yeah.
He's like, it's suspicious. I'm like, I'm not suspicious here. I have no weapons on me. You know what I mean?
They have a 2020 guy in Florida government up here for free.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I grabbed one. If
it's-
you want to get one, I don't know, but
See how it works?
yeah.
Yeah, over at the corrections area over there, it's like 3 or 4 people standing around. There's one guy at the corner, like peeking around. I turned towards him and he backed up and went away. I'm just gonna see if they have one of these.
So the looky-loos.
Yeah.
So I guess this is the main office. So
The sheriff.
see a records request area.
So it sounds like he's in Florida. A, he has a southern accent, and B, the guy just said something about new laws in 2020 in Florida. Because I know there's a Nassau County in New York, but I heard the southern accent, so I thought maybe he moved to New York. But after he said Florida, they're obviously in Florida, which is important because every state has their own laws, right? The 10th Amendment gives states the right to enact laws as long as those laws do not contradict the Constitution. So things like that, if you want to audit, you have to pay attention to.
He's pumping that air.
Yeah, keeping it cold.
Yeah. This is a request records, she said.
Is it? Okay. Are you doing one?
Say records? No, I just asked. I didn't see one. Usually they rang out front. They're talking to themselves on
Whenever you're done.
telephone.
Yep.
Whatever.
Bouncing back and forth between both to expedite this. If she comes back, I'm just going to do a quick one.
Are you ready?
I'll be right back. So sorry about I was going to see if I can get just a number of people that were arrested yesterday, January 1st, right?
Sure.
Yeah, see how many total were arrested. That's
Sure.
all. That'd be awesome.
Nassau County have body cams?
I don't think so. Yeah, everybody's alerted.
Yeah.
She's on the phone telling someone that. Yep, they're over here.
You guys are the cameras. Asking questions.
I know. I was walking out, and I literally was just saying, "All right, this is EOC. They do a great service here, this and that." And he's like, "What are you guys doing? You're suspicious." I'm like, "I'm sorry. You interrupt me? like that's your MO to be like."
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Hey, that's why I said I'm Captain, whatever his name is.
Bob.
Let me jump back over here. Where's she going?
Yeah, I think she went around the corner. Running for her life. Probably go do her hair and some makeup.
If it's something that it takes time, or if you guys already have other things pending. All right, cool. Thank you. I just wonder how many bad people started the New Year's off without a resolution. They said, "I'm going to be good today." Nope, I'm going to jail.
Surprised. I looked at that report this morning and thought, that's how we arrested?
Oh, for the arrest?
Do Nassau County deputies wear body cams?
No, we don't have them.
Okay.
We want them, but we don't have the money. We're working on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
8 people yesterday.
8? That's better than I thought. Thank you very much for that.
Have a good day.
All right, thanks a lot. 8 people, that's it. So 8 people arrested on New Year's. I'm going to see if I can get this.
So there's a couple things now that are strange, and not strange in a bad way, but he asked how many people got arrested, and she pulled it right up and gave it to him right there. And they didn't have to fill out a form, no FOIA request. I guess it's public record, but usually they make you run around in circles and chase your tail for a little bit. You know, they don't make it that easy. And this lady right here with the blonde hair, smiling, she's got some weight. She's a heavy. You could just tell by the way she talks. She said, no, we don't have body cameras. We don't have the money yet. We're working on it. If she's just a clerk in the records office, or even the manager or the head record keeper, she would not be normally privy to that kind of information. And if she was privy to that kind of information, she wouldn't be disseminating to the public. It's something she just overheard. So there's something special about her. She's a heavy, as we call it in Chicago. She's got either political connections, or she's in charge of something, or she's something. Just by the way she talks, and that's another thing about auditing. If you audit, you gotta feel people out, and you gotta know that there's something special about her. There's something different about her just by the way she talks and the command she has.
Complaint form here, and
Nassau County is very big, though.
yeah, it is or it isn't.
I don't think it is. I think it's like 85,000 people.
That's still a pretty good amount, because you have interstate coming through here.
Yeah.
That's still a pretty good amount complaint form, but. Did the complaint form come about?
Yeah, we're getting one.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. I figured they would be easily accessible out here.
I did not realize they were out, but we're getting them over this week.
So that's either good or bad, because it's a compliment or a complaint form. So either.
Let's go with compliments.
And there's nothing wrong with what you're doing. But if you go over to the jail, that lobby has security that we can't take pictures in there.
Oh, really?
In here, there's no security breached.
Oh.
But over there, because of when families come to visit, and we've got cameras and things that will hurt our security if it gets out.
This like satellite imagery and.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's how city.
Usually we go into jail lobbies too, so usually it's not a problem.
You know, it was really nice. I was just over here at the EOC giving them a compliment and saying like, "Hey, great, you guys doing an awesome job." She told me you had 4 employees too, and then Captain Slavos comes out and rudely interrupts me right in the middle of my statement here. So I'm waiting for this complaint form. I'm gonna put. I'm gonna put Schmidt on it on the complaint form if he's not a good guy.
Are you printing them?
Yes.
Thank you again.
What's going on?
Okay, they can do what they're doing, other than they can't video lobby, anything that has security. This lobby's fine.
I mean, she's being nice enough, but the truth of the matter is she really doesn't know what she's saying. She's just saying, lobby, security, videotape can't, right? She can't express herself because she doesn't know what she's trying to say. She has a vague idea of something she may believe to be the law, but she really doesn't know. Because if you want to say you can't videotape in a place that has security measures, that's a security camera right up there on the right. That's not a reflection so you can check your makeup. You know, that's not a mirror to check your eyeliner. That's a security camera. So she's trying to be nice enough, but she doesn't know what she's saying, which is a problem because it just confuses people. And from what I don't know all 50 states' laws, but I have not found a law yet that if the public is allowed in there, the law itself does not differentiate between your eyes and a camera, your eyes or your ears and a camera, your brain in a camera. They provide the same functions. So the law does not say, you can look at something, but you can't videotape it. No, anything you can look at, you can videotape, right? So I have seen a law, though, that you cannot use the zoom on your lens to zoom in on documents or computers, which makes sense, right? Because you can't use that. Normally, your eyes would not be able to use that function. But the law does not differentiate between cameras and you being there. If you're allowed to be there publicly, 99.9% of the time you're allowed to be there with a camera. Obviously, courthouses, that's the gray area because there's judges there and judges interpret laws, so they can put out referendums and moratoriums and injunctions to say, no, you can't do this.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the jail. Jail just told me there's security in there. I gotta go in there and look.
Okay.
And I know there's security over there and at the courthouse, but it's not here.
Can we believe we had a captain
Tim,
and a deputy over there?
come over
and
here,
they
man.
call?
Let's talk.
No, sir, I'm gonna stay right here.
come over here.
So they had a
Let's talk.
captain and a deputy. I'm waiting for a complaint form. Am I being detained?
That's fine. Come over here.
Am I being
and talk
detained?
for a minute.
Am I being detained?
I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay. Is there a criminal offense that you suspect me of?
Listen to me.
This lady over here just
I'm
told you your
trying to
job.
talk to you.
Okay.
Come outside and
No,
let's
sir.
talk to you.
I'm waiting for a complaint form, and that's it.
You can get a complaint form in a month.
Ma'am, if you could just calm this guy down. Thank you. Just wait for her. That's what I would do, deputy. Wait for her. She has more sense, okay?
Listen, man. Stop.
I'm stopping.
I'm trying to talk to you.
Okay.
You are being confronted.
No.
Let's go outside so I can talk to you.
The first thing,
They will bring you.
901-151.
Stop.
901-151 statute. You know what that
Stop.
is? Read it, sir.
Stop.
You stop. He's under no obligation to talk to you. This is a consensual conversation. He asked you if you were being detained. How come you ducked that question? Because you know he's not being detained. I don't care if you want to talk to him. You're being confronted. Shut up. He doesn't want to talk to you. You're used to dealing with people that don't know their rights. James Madison knows his rights. So he says no, it's no. Just like your prom date. When she said no, it was supposed to be no, Deputy Schmidt. You should have listened that time. You didn't listen that time, you're not listening this time.
Can we get a supervisor?
Pay attention.
Just a supervisor. That's all I need, deputy.
And that's fine. We're going
Deputy
to get
Schmidt?
one, but first you're going to come out here so we can talk.
Deputy Schmidt, I just need a supervisor. Ma'am,
The supervisor's on the way. I'm not playing this game, man.
Okay,
let's go outside.
Hold on just a minute. Because what they're doing, I'm the records director. I haven't met you yet. But what they're doing is perfectly legal.
I understand that, but I'm trying to talk to them, but they're being obviously
You can talk,
confronted.
I can hear you.
we can hear you. There's no one else in here.
Okay, but I need to get out here because I need to talk to my supervisor.
No, I just-
Do you understand that? So when I'm out here, I would like to have you in sight with me.
We're here in sight. We have witnesses here. They can
When I
stay
go out
here.
to my car, it
There you
won't
go.
be there.
Thank you so much. Man, do you mind if you stay with me? I'm afraid. I have a 5-year-old daughter and a
outside.
1-year-old. I do not want to be shot
You got
and
your
killed, sir.
complaint form.
Look at
It's
me.
time
I
to
am
go.
shaking right now. I don't want
It's
to do
time
this.
to go.
I don't want to do this. I have another records
7 to go.
I
Oh,
have another
Now you're
records
making a
request.
scene in a public
Okay.
building. Get outside.
We need to walk outside because we got a guest in here.
Okay. Thank you. What was your name, ma'am, so I can get that?
Mary Fender. I'm
Ma'am,
the records
I am going to file a
management
complaint, and I want to let you know this is unacceptable. There's Smith versus City of Cummins that is part of a, he hasn't said anything. He can stay in here, I would imagine. Why does he have to leave?
You were talking to him or me?
Well, you with him?
No?
No?
Okay, bye. Come on over here.
Sir, I feel like I want to stay here. If I go any further, that 901-151 calls this a detention. Am I being detained? I just have to ask that question, Deputy Smith. Am I being detained?
You're about to.
Okay, have a good day, sir.
Bye.
Deputy Schmidt out of effing control. Wow.
Maybe a little bit of roid rage.
I know, Deputy Schmidt. I'm gonna go in here and get a supervisor and see if we can't get this taken care of right now. Ma'am, do you mind giving me like an administrator besides that captain in here?
That's what I'm working on right now.
This is happening.
That's what I'm working on right now. A lot of these deputies, this was a new one,
Yeah.
and they don't know the law.
And we've been really friendly with you, and this
Yeah.
is the reason why we record. It's not to
I know,
trust
and,
anything.
and I know.
Excuse me.
I need to work on training our new ones. And let me, I'll be right back.
Okay, I feel safe in here with people in here, so. How you doing, sir? Okay.
Where did she go?
She went back in this direction. The lady I was just speaking with?
Yeah.
She went back in here, down the hall.
You need me?
Yes, sir, but she's in my office.
Where'd Schmidt go?
He took off. I started to walk up to the side here to get a better view, and he took off.
Wow.
James Madison's friend there, I don't know if that's Benjamin Franklin, the guy he's auditing with, said that might be roid rage. Yeah, if steroids make you look like a 30-year-old man that has a paper route. Officer Schmidt, what the hell is going on? And did you see Officer Schmidt try and turn it into an officer safety issue? I need you out there so I can see you when I'm talking to my supervisor. Why? Why do you need me out there to see me? I have done nothing wrong. I am not in custody. There are two levels of custody, detainment and arrest. I am not in either one of those. All right? I've done nothing wrong. The lady herself is telling you I've done nothing wrong. The Golden Girl, the lady from the Golden Girls, who I guess is in charge of training these guys, because she's, I don't know this one yet. I haven't got around to training them. She's like a record keeper, a senior citizen. She's like RoboCop with arthritis. So that's what I want you guys to know. Most stops are consensual. Right off the bat, you asked him, "Am I being detained?" If he does not answer, you tell him, I'm gonna take an omission to that answer as no, I'm not being detained. So I'm gonna leave, and that's what it is. If you don't want to answer it, then obviously I'm leaving. 99% of the people who get in trouble, they get in trouble because they talk too much. The Fifth Amendment, I do not have to be party to my own prosecution. The Supreme Court tells you that. Nobody's going to be, you're never going to get a better lawyer than the Supreme Court justices. Never, never. Those are the LeBron James, the Michael Jordan of law. So go ahead and subscribe to my man, James Madison's channel. He's my type of guy. A constitutionalist, a man that, so before when I was talking about you can't have cameras here, you can't have, now, you could plant your flag in the soil of wherever they say you can't have your camera and say the Constitution says that I can. The Constitution is the highest law of the land. And you're right. But you can beat the case, you can't beat the ride. And sometimes you can't even beat the case. The Second Amendment is the most straightforward amendment. But how many people are walking around with with a thumper on their hip. Anyways, this is a great new auditor that I just found. I just discovered him. So I think you'll enjoy him. He's the type of auditor I like. His name's James Madison Audits. James Madison Audits. Subscribe and tell him Disorderly Product News sent you. Or DPN for short.